Items. President Tinubu is making case for the sustenance of peace and security in the world. Ogun House of Assembly Speaker commends government's commitment to boosting power supply. China has evacuated about 400,000 people as one of the year's most powerful storm is expected to land. President Bola Tinubu, in his role as chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has called on global leaders to adopt multilateralism and reject protectionism to achieve sustainable peace and security and development. Speaking at the 2024 Forum on China-Africa Cooperation in Beijing, China, President Tinubu emphasized that partnerships rooted in mutual respect and inclusivity were crucial for addressing today's global challenges, including food insecurity and armed conflict. Statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Chief Ajuri Ingilali, informed that during the high-level meeting on peace and security, President Tinubu praised the African Union's effort to promote peace. The Minister of Petroleum Resources, Senator Heineken Lopobiri, has urged Nigerians to desist from panic buying, assuring that the premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, and its price will stabilize soon. Speaking after a meeting at the State House with the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, Senator Lopobiri emphasized the government's commitment to addressing the food scarcity and the challenges. He explained that the meeting was convened by President Bola Tinubu, who is concerned about the hardship faced by Nigerians due to food shortages. The Nigeria Customs Service says it will soon implement a duty waiver on food imports, pending receipt of the list of beneficiaries for tax exemptions from the Ministry of Finance. The move, it says, follows the federal government's announcement of a 150-day duty-free import window for food commodities on July the 8th, 2024, aimed at mitigating food inflation. The NCS spokesperson, Mr. Abdullahi Muwada, made this known in Abuja. Mr. Muwada emphasized that the NCS's role is to implement, not formulate, government policies. He stated that the duty waiver policy is based on guidelines provided by the Federal Ministry of Finance. The Katsina State Governor, Mr. Diko Rada, has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to implementing the new 70,000 naira minimum wage recently announced by the federal government. The governor made this known in Katsina on Thursday. He, however, said they were waiting the federal government's deadlines on the implementation process to ensure a smooth and effective rollout. Governor Rada further reassured of government's proactive approach to employee welfare and public sector efficiency. Back home, the Speaker Ogun State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Oludaisi Olamide, has commended the determination of the current administration in the state to create an efficient and effective electricity market for the state. The Speaker gave the commendation on Thursday at a stakeholders forum on a bill for a law to improve electricity generation, transmission, and distribution within the state, as well as establish an electricity market organized by the House at the Chief Olusegun Obasanjo Press Center, Kemosan Beputa. The Right Honorable Elemide, who acknowledged the challenge of epileptic power supply facing the nation and its effect on socio-economic development of the country, noted that the House, in line with its legislative practice and procedures, organized the forum to provide an avenue for stakeholders to participate in an elaborate discussion on the proposed bill and made recommendations for further considerations. You're listening to the midday news on OGBC 90.5 FM. China has evacuated some 400,000 people as one of the year's most powerful storms is expected to make landfall in the popular tourist island this Friday. Yagi has doubled in strength after wreaking havoc in northern Philippines early this week. It is currently packing winds of up to 240 km per hour. Meteorologists say Yagi may cause catastrophic damage in Hainan and neighboring Guangdong, which is also China's most populous province. Authorities in Hainan have ordered all tourist attractions to be shut since Wednesday, warning of massive and destructive winds. The Israeli army this Friday withdrew from the city of Jenny after a 10-day operation that left 36 people dead across the occupied West Bank. After days of destructive incursions by soldiers backed by armored vehicles and bulldozers, residents who had fled began returning to their homes in the camp, a bastion of Palestinian armed groups fighting against Israel. The army has on August 28th launched a military operation in several cities and towns of the northern West Bank, including Jenin. In a statement this Friday, it stated that Israeli forces have been conducting counter-terrorism activities in the area of Jenin without confirming a withdrawal. The statement adds that Israeli security forces killed 14 militants, arrested 30 suspects, dismantled approximately 30 explosives planted on the roads, and conducted 4 area strikes. President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, on Thursday pleaded guilty in a tax evasion trial without reading the deal he had sought with prosecutors in a case that has been an embarrassment for the U.S. president. The 54-year-old admitted 9 counts related to failing to pay $1.4 million in taxes over the past decade, money that prosecutors said he paid instead on luxury living, sex workers, and a drug habit. The plea came on the day jury selection for a trial had been due to start, and hours after Mr. Biden had offered to plead guilty in the hope of a striking deal that would keep him out of prison. However, no deal materialized and he made the plea in open court. U.S. District Judge Mr. Mark Scarsi has set sentencing for the 16th of December. A United Nations mandated mission this Friday said both sides in Sudan's civil war have committed abuses that may amount to war crimes, adding that world powers need to send in peacekeepers and widen an arms embargo to protect civilians. The chairman of the UN fact-finding mission, Mr. Chandi Othman, said the gravity of the findings underscored the urgent and immediate action to protect civilians. He called for an independent and impartial force to be deployed without delay. Both sides have dismissed past accusations from the US and rights groups. Others have also accused each other of carrying abuses. The mission called for the expansion of an existing UN arms embargo, which currently just applies to the western region of Darfur. On sport, Olympic champion Botswana's Leslie Tebogo and double Olympic champion Red of Kenya produced stellar performances on Thursday at the Zurich Diamond League meeting. In one of the highlights of the night, 21-year-old Tebogo produced another strong finish to continue his stellar 200-meter run since he won gold at the Paris 2024. Tebogo achieved the feat in 19.55 seconds, beating Olympic silver medalist Ken Bednarek at the center line. Kenya's Chebet, meanwhile, delivered a superb solo performance, winning the women's 500-meter crossing the line in a second record meeting time of 14 minutes, 9.52 seconds. The socio-economic development of the country requires concerted effort. Play your own part. To end the midday news, another look at the major items. Speaking at the 2024 Forum on China-Africa Cooperation in Beijing, President Bola Tinubu, in his role as the chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, called on global leaders to adopt inclusivity to achieve sustainable peace. The Speaker, Ogun State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Oludaisi Elemide, at the Forum on a bill for a law to improve electricity generation, transmission and distribution within the state, commended the determination of the current administration to create an efficient and effective electricity market. You also heard that China has evacuated some 400,000 people as one of the year's most powerful storms is expected to make landfall in the popular tourist island. The midday news was edited by Wahid Ogunjobi and broadcast from OGBC, Abeokuta. For exclusive programs and the latest news updates, please visit our website www.ogunradio.ng. Follow us on Facebook at Ogun Radio Abeokuta and on X handle at 90.5 FM.